how to live on the new earth vibrational frequency. If you are watching this video, you are here for a reason, and I would more than likely think that you agreed to be part of the shift. Guys, the new earth is a vibrational frequency, and we can step into that by raising our vibration. Now, not everyone will make the shift from the 3D to the 5D, and that's okay, because some people were not supposed to. It's very important at this time that we stay high vibration and we become the example for others. It can become tiresome if you desperately try and save people, because that isn't what we're supposed to do, in my opinion. We're supposed to set an example of how we want to live, behave, love, give love unconditionally, and that's really coming from our heart space. And if this resonates with other people, they will naturally raise their consciousness and step into an ascension process and a different vibration. So Dolores Cannon talks about the 3D to the 5D. Essentially, what that is two different levels of consciousness. A 3D consciousness, and I'm just reading some notes I've made here, would be someone that, is, we might say, asleep under sort of hypnosis, conditioning by things they watch on the television and different outlets. And that would be someone living in a 3D. They could become very angry, they're in victim mode. There's a lot of social conditioning that conditioned into. So a 5D existence is somebody that, or consciousness that, is doing their shadow work, working on themselves. Maybe they're on a healing journey. Maybe they're really working on those lower chakras, working through past trauma, working through ancestral trauma, really taking ownership of anger, just basically taking ownership of their stuff. And not blaming anyone else, taking full responsibility for their emotions, actions and behavior. And the 5D mindset is very much about unity, collective consciousness, helping others, and helping the earth, because the earth is a living, breathing, sentient being, and it has its own chakra system, its own chakra points, ley lines. So it's a living, breathing thing. I mean, many of you, like, maybe you go out into nature. I mean, I can literally feel the trees and see the nature breathing in and out, that it's alive. I can speak to the elemental beings and souls of the trees. And please comment below if this resonates with you. Hit the like button, by the way, if you're finding this useful. So I'd love to know your comments. Can you feel that? Don't worry if you can't. It's just when you sort of raise your vibration, you may be able to do that at some point. The law of one really talks about this, the earth being a sentient being, and that it's got the chakra points. That's one of their teachings. The Dolores Cannon talks a lot about the new earth. I know Bashar does. He's a channeler. There's many other people. These are just more popular ones you've probably heard of. Our first three chakras, when we come in, tend to be where we carry emotion, trauma, all these things. So they're the first ones that need to be cleansed and cleared, if you like, and healing past wounds, because we come into the earth to remember who we are, because we're totally wiped. We come back here to remember. So when we do the healing of the lower chakras, we're able to move up and access the high. We're able to fully open it. You may have heard people that in spirituality, it's very common, and I feel like this happened to me at one point. You open up other higher chakras maybe, and you can start to live in the higher chakras, so you can end up feeling very disconnected from your body because you're always in these higher chakras. So I had to sort of go backwards a bit. Many of you probably can resonate with this. Let me know down below. I had to really start grounding and working on the lower chakras, really rooting myself into the earth, lots of breath work, grounding into my body, because I was always away in different dimensions. So I feel even more empowered now that I've done that work, because even though, we are interdimensional, multidimensional beings, we do live on planet Earth at this time, so it's important we stay grounded as well. So with that being said, yes, so we tend to have to really, a lot of people would need to work through these things in the lower chakras. And my personal opinion, take what resonates, is that people that are diagnosed, with depression and things like this, and anxiety and all these other things by the powers that be, they are really, a lot of the time, they're awakening. They're not depressed, they're awakening. And in many like ancient tribes, and tribes still exist now, that they see a psychosis or depression as a spiritual awakening, and these people are highly praised and they have ceremonies for them, and they're taught how to use this energy. They're not put in a psych ward like and medicated like they would be here or Western society. You know, they recognize it, because at the end of the day, just remember, if we were all walking around as awakened wonders, we would be uncontrollable. Going forward, I'm reading from my notes again. So ancestral patterns and pain and trauma, lineage through our family, that's what I mean when I say ancestral, and bloodlines, your DNA. So if you've had past lives in places like Egypt in particular and things like, we can have implantations. Only take what resonates from sort of alien people that may have interfered with us and our DNA. That's not to frighten you at all, but you can ask for these. Just ask whoever you feel called to ask to remove these. You just can ask God, please remove any implantation and codes that do not belong to me and are not for my highest good. Let's say if you were from an ancestral line of people where depression ran in your family, you often hear things like, oh, you know, it runs in the family, it's coming up to be healed. Are you gonna step forward and heal it? It can be very hard, but if you heal those patterns, it can stop the next generations getting it, if you like. The opening of the heart chakra is the most powerful thing. It's not just, you know, what we're conditioned to think about, emotions and love and all this thing. Opening up your heart chakra is like the key. For me, it's the secret key to everything, because you become then unified with the collective consciousness. You want to love, you want to give love, and you understand that what you put out, you receive, and that the only benefit of giving love is purely to benefit. You will never lose if you give love, even if it's unrequited, because the giving of that love, and not that we look at it in this way, but it will come back to you. You can never lose by giving love. When we give love and help others, we're being the example. People that resonate with that frequency and enjoy it, you know, you'll help awaken them and activate them. When we come into contact with others, we're often having an exchange of energy, different frequencies, light codes. There's so much that we can take from other people, energy exchanges that oftentimes need to happen. They were planned to help activate something within you, activate any dormant DNA, or it can play out in many ways. Being on a new earth timeline essentially means keeping your dominant vibration really beautiful, happy, pure, authentic. I think that's the key word. It's being authentic to you, to others, speaking your truth, even though you know it might hurt somebody, obviously in a kind, compassionate way. So as well, it's really important that if we do feel triggered in any way, to avoid drama, because these are low vibrational things. So we would then step back, take a slow inhale and exhale, come back to center, come back into this present moment. Our emotional intelligence then will be higher. We can make wiser decisions when responding to situations, and responding to a situation with high emotional intelligence can be an absolute game changer for both people involved. The outcome can go from something that could have been catastrophic to something that can actually be very, very agreeable. Don't fall into this spiritual trap as well, which I see so often, and it's a little bit sad, especially around what happened 2 years ago, where people were choosing to take certain medication and others didn't. They can become this sort of egotistical hierarchy of, oh well, I'm better than him or her because I'm more evolved and I'm XYZ, and no, that's your ego. So we've got to try and avoid that. It's really important, because we give love, or we should give love to everybody, every soul in every dimension, and every being in the higher and lower realms, because they need the light more than anybody. We're not here to judge people. We are here to help people. As long as we remember, we're not here, we didn't come here for this shift to go out and save everybody. No, because that's going to expand your energy, which could be completely wasted, because some people won't wake up. It's not within their consciousness to be able to compute this information. That's okay. You're not supposed to save people. You are supposed to spread wisdom and knowledge in a kind way, and be the example, lead by example, live a life that's fulfilling. And if it resonates, as I've said before, that certain things filter through to certain people and it will help them, it will activate them. Even if you were to activate one person in your life, that was worth it. Yeah, that you've fulfilled probably your sole purpose. Pat on the back. Just be you. Go about your life enjoying yourself, being a good person, and you just can't really ask or do more than that. Please like this video. Please share it if you think it's going to help other people. Maybe activate them, might resonate with them. I love you all to pieces. I'll put a link below. I've made a little cute journal for Ascension, so you can journal about your Ascension journey. It's quite nice to look at patterns and how you've grown. That's on Amazon. So I will hopefully see you soon, and I love you all a lot. Bye bye.